Hello again, everyone. Nurse, Honey Babe, and Golgan are back, like we promised. It took us a while, but we finally were able to get back on. So, we're gonna check out that secret passage or secret elevator or whatever it is in the Whirling in Rags. Ooh, do you hear that? Maybe we should go stop them. Hero! Zoe! When it says one person on air, is that us?
Yes? This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for two people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. The small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
I'm not really clear. It's not really clear what year it is. Is it?
It is. It's 88.
No. What year it is in the game right now.
Well, this world isn't real.
I know. But they've like mentioned like they've rattled off numbers like 32. You weren't around here till since 32 or whatever.
Yeah. This elevator was last maintained in the future?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
What?
Yeah, so it's almost 100 years ago. So it's not a message from the future.
Oh, I got confused.
No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution.
What is this elevator used for?
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
It's gonna be a big. Whoa. See? I don't think I've ever been in a room that small before.
No.
Right?
Right. And you thought it would lead to the top.
It must lead to the top, or else how do we get up there?
Oh, I don't know.
See how sure that. If I've ever been to see the top on them.
Black password. You can't see outside. Can you even get through there?
Oh, look at that. So this guy gives me +1 to spirito of the corpse. Gives me more cop powers. But when I have on this guy, gives me +1 empathy and +1 hand-eye coordination. So it gives me 2 points worth of stuff. See now what I look like.
Like a old-timey private eye.
You see my hat?
Yeah.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
William arrived with one to the east of the pinball arcade. That is all left from over that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Does this mean the whirling rags really is part of the new commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he could perform counterspells.
Remember the spell that I casted?
No.
Don't you remember the woman in the bookstore? She was talking about otherworldly forces.
Mhm.
Then I went because she heard ghosts.
Mhm.
And it turns out it was the dice maker.
Yeah.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
After the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Look at that. You see all that bonuses I got from this?
Yeah.
Okay, then what does it mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than Vamp. The souls have left the pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
Horizontal line.
One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Between that and that. The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Remember foreign print? Remember it was foreign?
No.
The lady?
The lady's foreign?
Yeah, that was the whole point. Remember that she came from somewhere else?
Mm.
That she was staying for the winter?
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Maybe that's her room?
I think we're about to get into the fight. I thought there was more. I'm gonna say before 8. I don't know what I'm gonna need.
Oh.
Which thought should I put in there?
Hmm?
Which thought sounds good?
I don't know. I don't understand that part.
Well, read what it says.
That you put it in there, you don't.
Yeah, look, and look what it gives me.
You just. What? I'm
Read what it
confused.
says.
Just.
Read that.
I don't want to. What's the whole point of
Bonuses
these?
from the thought.
Okay.
Read
Yeah.
what it says.
+1 empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi. +1 spirit de corps.
What's it say right there?
Learning cap for perception raised to 5.
Okay, here.
Minus logic. Price for self-delusion. Learning cap for visual calculus raised to 6. Learning cap for suggestion raised to 6. Learning cap for electrochemistry raised to 6. Learning cap for composure raised to 6.
So you see, these are ways to get more bonuses, but they come at a cost. You see that?
-2 visual calculus looks like reaction.
I wonder if I need empathy right now. Do I need visual calculus? What's my visual calculus? 4. What's my empathy right now?
So we would be worried about the screen door that's propped open?
Why?
I'm worried it's gonna somehow get loose of that brick and slam.
Can't slam because the brick's in its way. It's too heavy. And that door has holes in it.
So it wouldn't.
Air goes through it. How's the air gonna push that heavy door with holes in it? Have 4 at empathy.
I'm just nervous about it. I just don't want the dogs to get hurt because of the wind.
Well, I could reinforce it with more bricks. Or more things. So much fun. Because I'm confused. Should I write it down?
What?
Just to see?
Write what down?
Because I don't know what it gives me.
I don't understand this section.
What's not to understand? I told you what it does. It gives me a bonus. You see how it says thoughts? Right? Thought cabinet. You see how I have this? You see how it says X forget? If I forget it, I lose those bonuses. In order to get them, look what it takes to do them. You see what it says research time?
Yes, 3 hours and
It
10
takes
minutes.
3 hours. Remember, there's only a certain amount of time in the day?
Yeah.
And I have to like do stuff for 3 hours before I get the bonus. But in the meantime, what am I suffering?
-2 empathy for cold blood.
You see, in the time that I'm learning it, I'm suffering a penalty. So if I need that staff for something, what am I gonna have? The penalty instead?
Yeah.
So, this one says, so I'm taking a debuff right now for something that hurts me. For something that I'll get benefit later on.
Okay.
Minus 1 authority, minus 1 visual calculus reaction. Left wing dialogue options get 4 plus 4 experience from a critical theory overdrive. Those are both terrible.
Ouch. Yawning hurts.
The door is small but heavy looking. It's barred from the inside.
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Glacia about this route. See how she reacts?
Do you see that? We could ask Glacia about this route, see how she reacts. So it's barred from the other side, so people can't get in. But you see it looks like it's going to her room.
Yeah.
So if we ask her about this room, she might get scared.
Folded M dimension, a reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and reads science fiction.
Remember us complaining that pinball is for people who read science fiction
Yeah.
and all this other stuff? So now he's feeling more what?
Nerdy.
Because before he was like, no, I'm pinball Kim. And he didn't like being called that, right?
Right.
So now?
He's showing more nerdness.
Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M-plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact. Or the roof.
The door remain barred. Unbar the door. I'm going in. Oh fuck, there she is.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. Just a glance, then takes a drag of her cigarette.
Yeah, I see it.
The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod. Six crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
This flower is a spring flower, but it's a bit early for that, isn't it?
The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the Civil War. Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry and fragile in your hand.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
Hyperstellar law official? Did you see what just popped?
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm getting stronger?
So you're
I'm
a super
Kim
cop?
Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the one and only superstar cop. He's kind of a big deal around here.
Here, that camera, I'm a huge deal on it. This is part of the fucking thing I told you about. Warning, you're unless you're only 1,000 cops raped yourself by the superstar cop.
Mace, I don't know what he's told you, but there are no superstars among police officers.
Of course there are. Look at him. He is the Phoenix. What brings the Phoenix back to me?
The Phoenix is one of the many nicknames of Guillaume Le Million, Revachol's second greatest male disco artist. This is an honor.
See? Yum, lemon, yum. How do you say the
Hmm?
name? How do you say the name?
What name?
That one.
Mace,
Wait.
we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
I was gonna try to say the name. Guillaume Allume Le Milon.
What could she be thinking of? It's hard to say. Her shoulders are relaxed, her eyes on the cigarette.
They tell us you were raped. You want that to be up in line?
No.
You're out your room with close to mine. I have a personal question. Where's your room, man?
Missed.
Shit. Where's your start off on? Maybe we should start off slow.
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
You see how it's cut?
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind? Clausier Amandou.
Clausier, could you say the name?
Clausier.
Same name that Titus gave you. It sounds Oranese, as does her accent. Her birthmarks also signal Oranje. You don't know why, but Oranese girls tend to come speckled with them.
Little freckles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I am an Oranese expatriate.
So you see that's like the white equivalent, but they speak what, French?
I'm 28. A bad memory, officer. It's the past. People can't go back to the past.
Thankfully, it's implied.
Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
No, I was sitting here because my legs are hurting.
So you see, isn't it good that the roof is finally in?
Yeah.
If not, what would have happened?
We would have blown away.
I remember the roof blew away once already.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How you make money then? Money's very important. Show her some money.
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
It's the world's most tired smile.
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. It's a weird name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
The record. So official.
I told you this was gonna be a boss fight.
Yeah.
You see, I have to be careful not to provoke her.
Mm-hmm.
That string got him.
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
That door that went to your email and to the elevator.
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. Came to see the new world. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here. She isn't overtly hiding it either.
It turned out to be a Zarath-infested third world slum.
Called Ilmara, and it didn't. Even after the Mesk colonized it 7 ways from Sunday, It's an industrial powerhouse.
I'm wintering.
How long have you...
About 4. Here in the Whirling, here in because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
You know how I came in through like that side door?
Oh.
I wonder if I was supposed to come in through her room.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
Okay.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
Do you think this is somehow connected to me? Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there? Huh. This isn't good.
She's straight as a stick, suddenly.
See, I told you. Yes, falling asleep.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun. Mm-hmm.
No, it was hurting my legs.
She's lost in
Falling
thought,
asleep again.
eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Let me talk to you about your room.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed, forehead.
I'm wintering.
How long?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martin. I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go. I'm really not. I'm winter.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in... I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here, and she isn't.
All right.
Okay. I'm right here.
Yes. You're just one room away. Very personal.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like,
You can't ask all shit about something, right? You just ask all police questions, like,
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
It's a bit early in the morning for rape, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man.
So were you or so you
Weren't what?
right?
Oh,
Should I say so were you raped or should I say so you weren't?
say so you weren't.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
So she knows that he did wrong and yet she's still paying for it.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, read what she said.
I'm gonna go with not raped. Don't want to question that about him.
So why is she saying that?
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
What does that mean? That's not the reason why they killed him?
are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Titus asked you to spice things up for us. Oh shit, look at all this. Titus asked you to spice things up for us.
Pretty much.
Warming them.
What did have you tuning with them?
We partied.
You mean like a birthday party?
Yes. We made balloon animals, drank lemonade, inflated a bouncy castle.
Did you hear that? A bounty castle?
Bouncy Castle at that time of year?
Yeah, did you rim the balloons after with sugar? I like to do that.
Yeah, I love that too. We frosted the glasses, I unwrapped my bike. There was a petting zoo with little white rabbits.
Oh no, she's mocking you.
I would like it to have been that way, but it wasn't.
How was it?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Is she talking about
Stimulants.
Titus?
Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair?
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Hey. No.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
You were right to suspect there might be foul play involved with the broken phone line.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Thanks.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was... what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Bullet? They shot him too?
I'm not picking up on any theatercraft here, sir. The pause is sincere.
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
It's hard to know what to think about that answer. She's just tired. Don't push her too much.
They're frequent guests. Downstairs? They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter. I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be as flippant if I had been?
You get the feeling she might be. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Not my favorite topic, but okay. How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now?
She looks at the dried petal, chipped white polish.
Pretty. Looks like a dried Maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? All right. I like it sudden. Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
We have to go now. Stand by.